Hi everyone. I tried really hard to do this live today, but I had a lot of technical difficulties. Um, in other words, old lady couldn't figure it out today, so I had to record this, which I don't like. But this week's Ask Shauna's question was, why is change so hard? So I have a lot of friends and clients right now going through change. At least I hope all my clients are going through some sort of change right now. That's kind of the end goal for my business, is to help people along behavior change patterns. But change is always going to be hard, and it doesn't even matter if it's good change. So good change is often synonymous with something called eustress, which is good stress, and that's EU stress. EUSTRESS. So if you're having a baby, if you got a promotion, if you're getting a new job, you bought a new house, there's always going to be some stress involved in that. And even if it's good stress, it's gonna kind of rattle you a little bit. And some of the reasons for this is just because of those old things called habits. So I'm not going to go into the whole habit description again, but habits essentially are hardwired in a part of your brain that doesn't require a lot of extra glucose, concentration, and effort. So even if you move into a beautiful new home, when you first start doing things in a different pattern, your brain is going to be angry at you. Like, no, this is not what we do. This is not how we do things. We don't want to relearn. Let's just go back to the old way. So even if it's a good thing, your brain kind of is going to be a little bit upset about that. So that's number one. Number two is safety bias. So we are really driven as human beings to survive. Go figure. We want to survive. So if you've done certain things in a certain way all this time and you're still alive, your brain says, well, let's not switch that up. We want to keep doing what we've always done because it's kept us alive. So change is going to be hard in that context. Even if you're miserable with the current status quo, at least it's a safe miserable. Another reason change is so hard is the grief process. So even if we haven't lost somebody, if we're going to change our relationship with someone, so if you're in a bad relationship, it's still a relationship that, depending on if you live with them or it's just a casual dating relationship, no matter what, they're part of your daily routine and they're somebody that you engage with on a regular basis. And when that changes, it's difficult. And if it's a good relationship, if it's a coworker that you're no longer going to have lunch with every day, there's a natural grief and mourning period there for that not being the same as it once was. So that's another reason that changes can be very hard. Anytime you're going to start new behaviors, that's going to be stress on the brain, so you have to kind of expect that. The antidotes for stress, of course, I'm going to go back to the same thing over and over and over again. Stress is all the chemical effects of stress, the high cortisol and the scattered thinking and all those types of things that happen with the change in your chemicals. The antidote to that is play, laughter, exercise, meditation, mindfulness, those type of things. Staying in our same routines is very comfortable, extremely comfortable. Even if it's an uncomfortable, comfortable, we tend to lean towards that. So the last piece that's really, really important is having self-compassion. Change is going to be hard. If you expect that you're going to make a big difference in your life and things are going to be different, and you're going to take a new job, or you're going to open a new business, or you're going to change your criteria that you have to fulfill in your job every day, and it's exciting and it's new for you, it's still going to be hard. So self-compassion is really, really key. So you expect that you're going to use more glucose in your brain. Your brain is going to be tired. If you're changing, if you're buying a new house, that might not be the best time to start a new job. If you're starting a new job, it might not be the best time to buy a new house. I mean, people go through a lot of life changes simultaneously when they have no choice. But if you have a choice, you know, kind of stack them a little bit. I'm sure I'm forgetting things because I always forget things, but change is hard because we form relationships and we meet people that we care about, and the thought of not having those relationships in the same way every single solitary day makes us sad. So allow yourself the sadness for that, and allow yourself some fatigue of your brain when you're learning new computer systems or new routines or a new job, and just be kind to yourself and expect this to be the case. So I think that's it. This is a long one. Bye-bye.